Hi everyone, welcome to One Stop Mathematical Solution. Today we are going to solve CSIR Net Mathematics December 2013 question paper. In this video we have only dealt with the abstract algebra part. First we'll look into the part B question. First question, question 38. How many normal subgroup does a non-abelian group G of order 21 have other than the identity subgroup E and G? We have to find the number of normal subgroup for this group G other than E and G. So we'll look into the concepts used. If P per n divides order of G but P per n plus 1 does not divide order of G, then G has a P-Silo subgroup of order P per n. Third Silo theorem states the number of P-Silo subgroup is given by NP is equal to 1 plus Pk, where 1 plus Pk should divide order of G by P. And if number of P-Silo subgroup is unique if and only if P-Silo subgroup is normal. So we'll move on to the question. So they are given order of the group is equal to 21. So I am prime factorizing it. So this is equal to 3 into 7. So we'll have 3 silo subgroups of order 3 and 7 silo subgroups of order 3. We will see which of them are normal. So number of 3 silo subgroup is found using third silo theorem, that is n3 is equal to 1 plus 3k and 1 plus 3k should divide 7. This is possible for k equal to 0 to 2, that is we are not getting k as unique. Therefore 3 silo subgroups are not unique. Hence 3 silo subgroups are not normal subgroups. Similarly, find the number of 7 silo subgroups, which is given by n7 is equal to 1 plus 7k, where 1 plus 7k should divide 3. This is possible only for k is equal to 0. So we are getting a unique k. So now 7 silo subgroups are unique. That is 7 silo subgroups are normal subgroup. That is other than E and G. G has only 7 silo subgroups as normal subgroup. So we have only one normal subgroup. So the correct option is 2. Next question, question 39. For any integers a and b, let NAB denote the number of positive integers x less than 1000 satisfying x congruent to a mod 27 and x congruent to b mod 37. So they defined n of ab here using this congruence relation. Then we have to find which of the option is satisfied by n of ab. So we look into the concepts used. X congruent to a mod m and x congruent to b mod m has a solution if and only if GCD of mn divides a minus b. And Chinese remainder theorem states let GCD of mn is equal to 1 for mn belongs to integers, then the simultaneous congruences x congruent to a mod m and x congruent to b mod n has a unique solution for modulo mn. So we'll move on to the question. So they are given NAB is equal to number of positive integers x less than 1000 satisfying x congruent to a mod 27 and x congruent to b mod 37. We have GCD of 27 and 31 is equal to 1 and 1 divides a minus b for all integers ab. So using first concept, the congruence relation has a solution. And by Chinese remainder theorem, x congruent a mod 27 and x congruent me mod 37 has a unique solution for 99 modulo. That is for 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 99, this congruence relation has a unique solution. So number of positive integers satisfying this relation is equal to 1. That is NAB equal to 1. So we'll check the correct option now. So the correct option is second one. Next question, question 40. The number of group homomorphism from the symmetric group S3 to the additive group Z by 6Z is. So we have to find how many homomorphism can be defined from S3 to Z by 6Z. We look at the concept use. Z by NZ is isomorphic to Zn, and the number of group homomorphism from Sm to Zn is based on the value n, that is 1 if n is odd and 2 if n is even. So here we have to find the number of group homomorphism from S3 to Z by 6Z. We have Z by 6Z is isomorphic to Z6. So we have to find the number of group homomorphism from S3 to Z6, and 6 is an even number. So number of group homomorphism is 2. So we'll check the correct option. So the correct option is second one. Now we'll look into the part C questions. Question 83, determine which of the following cannot be the class equation of a group. So we have to find which of the option is not a class equation. So we look into the concepts used. Order of Z of G is equal to the number of ones in the class equation, and order of ZG should divide order of G. Group of order P square is abelian, and if G is abelian, order of Z of G is equal to order of G, and order of G is equal to summation over A belongs to G, order of conjugate classes of A, and order of conjugate classes of A should divide order of G. So now we'll move on to the question and we'll look into the option wise. First option, 10 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5, and we know order of Z of G is equal to the number of ones. Here there are 3 ones, so order of Z of G is equal to 3, and we should have order of Z of G should divide order of G. We have order of G is equal to 10, but 3 does not divide 10, so this cannot be a class equation. Second option, 4 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 2. So we get order of Z of G is equal to number of ones, that is equal to 2. But 4 is equal to 2 square, that is P square form. Therefore, this G will be an abelian group. Therefore, order of Z of G should be 4. But here we got it as 2. So this cannot be a class equation. 8 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3. We should have order of every conjugate classes of A should divide order of G, but here 3 doesn't divide 8, so this cannot be the class equation. And the last option, 6 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, and this is generally the class equation of S3. So now we'll check the correct option. So the correct options are 1, 2, 3. Next question, question 84. Let F and F dash be two finite fields of order Q and Q dash respectively. Then we are given two finite fields. We have to check which of the following option is true. So we are looking at the concepts used. Order of finite field is always P per n, where P is prime and n is a natural number. If order of F is equal to P per m, then order of subfields of F are P per divisors of m. Is that P of x by ideal generated by f of x is isomorphic to a field f, where order of field should be equal to P per m, and n is the degree of f of x. So we look into the question. So order of f is equal to q, and order of f dash is equal to q dash. So we'll check the options one by one. First option, f dash contains a subfield isomorphic to f if and only if q is less than or equal to q dash. Suppose if I take order of f is equal to 3 power 4 and order of f dash is equal to 3 power 5. Essentially 3 power 4 is less than 3 power 5, so it is satisfying this condition. So we'll check whether it is implying f dash contains a subfield isomorphic to f. So we know order of subfields of f dash are 3 power divisors of 5. Therefore order of subfields of f dash are 3 power 1 and 3 power 5. We know isomorphic subfields have same order, so order of f should be equal to sum of the order of the subfield, but we are not getting equal orders. That is, subfields of f dash are not isomorphic to f. Hence f dash does not contain a subfield isomorphic to f. That is, this is not implying this condition. So this option is wrong. Similarly, you can check for second option. Take the same example. Order of subfields, we are getting 3 power 1 and 3 power 5. Fields are isomorphic if they have same order. We are not getting the same order here. for f and the subfields of f dash. So subfields of f dash are not isomorphic to f. Hence f dash does not contain a subfield isomorphic to f. Therefore q divides q dash is not implying this condition. This option is also wrong. Now we'll check for third option. If GCD of q dash is not equal to 1, then both are isomorphic to subfields of some finite field L. So we know order of finite field is always p per m. So let me take q is equal to p per m and q dash is equal to q per n, where p and q are distinct primes. So they are given GCD of q dash is not equal to 1. Substitute q and q dash. So this implies GCD of p per m, q per n not equal to 1. P and q are distinct primes. Not equal to 1 means p should be equal to q. And we have order of subfields of f and f dash are p per divisors of m and p per divisors of n respectively. Therefore both f and f dash will at least have one subfield same, that is subfield of order p power 1. Therefore both are isomorphic to a subfield of order p power 1. So option 3 is correct. Now we will check fourth option. Both f and f dash are quotient rings of the ring Z of x. So if I take q is equal to p per m and q dash is equal to q per n, then we can write f is isomorphic to Zp of x by id generated by f of x, so degree of f of x is m, and f dash is isomorphic to Zp of x divided by g of x, where degree of g of x is n. So f and f dash are isomorphic to quotient rings of Z of x. So this option is also correct. So we'll check the correct options. So the correct options are 3 and 4. Next question, question 85. Let R be a non-zero commutative ring with unity 1. Define the characteristic of R to be the order of unity in R plus if it is finite, and to be 0 if the order of R1 in R plus is infinite. We denote characteristic of R by this. In the following, let R and S be the non-zero commutative rings with unity then. So they have given two commutative rings with unity. We have to check which of the option is true. So we look in the concepts used. Characteristic of Zn is equal to n. Let R and S be the non-zero commutative rings with unity. If S is a quotient ring of R, then characteristic of S divides the characteristic of R if R is finite. Characteristic of S is equal to 0 if R is infinite. If S is a subring of R containing 1 R, then characteristic of R is equal to characteristic of S. Characteristic of Zp of x is equal to p, and Zp of x is not a field. So we'll check the options one by one. First option, characteristic of R is always a prime. Suppose if I take R is equal to Zn, we are getting characteristic of R is equal to n, where n is a natural number. That is, characteristic of R is not always prime. So this option is wrong. If we consider the second and third option, this is directly from the results 2 and 3. So they too are correct options. Now we will check the fourth option. If characteristic of R is prime, then R is a field. Suppose if I take R is equal to Zp of x, we are getting characteristic of R is equal to a prime number, but R, which is Zp of x, is not a field. So this is also wrong option. So we will check the correct options. So the correct option is 2 and 3. Next question, question 87. Let f of x equal to x cube plus x 2x square plus x minus 1. Determine in which of the following cases f is irreducible over the field k. So they have given a polynomial here. We have to check in which of the option it is irreducible. We'll look into the concepts used. For f of x in q of x, Z of x such that f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus etc. up to an x per n. P by q, a rational number, is a root of f of x if p divides a0 and q divides an. Odd degree real polynomial have at least one real root. F be a field, f of x is irreducible in f of x if f of x doesn't have a root over f. So we'll look into the question. So they are given this polynomial. So we'll check whether over q it is reducible or not. So suppose it has a root p by q then P should divide the constant term and Q should divide the coefficient of highest power of x power n. So P should divide -1 and Q should divide 1. So this implies P is equal to plus or minus 1 and Q is equal to plus or minus 1. So the roots are of the form plus or minus 1. But we are getting f of 1 is equal to 3 and f of minus 1 is equal to minus 1. That is a non-zero number. Therefore, over Q, the polynomial doesn't have a root. That is, f of x is irreducible over Q. We know this is a odd degree polynomial, real polynomial, so it has at least one real root. So it is reducible over R. Over F2. F2 means the finite field of two elements. So I am taking let it be equal to Z2. So 2 is a finite field with two elements. So that is equal to 0 or 1. So we will check whether f of x is irreducible over Z2. For that we will check whether it doesn't have a root over Z2. So f of 0 is equal to -1 and -1 mod 2 is equal to 1. So 0 is not root of f of x. Similarly, check for f of 1. f of 1 is equal to 3. 3 mod 2 is equal to 1. So f1 is also not a root of f of x. Therefore, f of x doesn't have a root over z2. That is, f of x is irreducible over f2. Similarly, you can check for z3, but in z3 f of x is reducible. So we will check the correct options. So the correct options are 1 and 3.